Donald Trump is officially the president-elect, a reality that has reignited fierce debates across political, economic, and social arenas worldwide. His unique style of governance, coupled with controversial policies, has already started reshaping discussions on diplomacy, trade, and climate action. This transitional period, marked by uncertainty and anticipation, forces a single question to the forefront. What will Trump's return mean for the world? This is not just a US moment, it is a global reckoning. Trump's presidency promises to redefine relationships, reset priorities, and perhaps rewrite the rules of international order. As president-elect, Trump represents a wildcard for both domestic and international affairs. His previous administration's emphasis on America First policies disrupted long-standing alliances and treaties, leaving allies skeptical and adversaries emboldened. Now nations are asking, will Trump challenge multilateralism, pushing the world toward fragmentation? How will his leadership alter economic stability, particularly with his unpredictable trade policies? What happens to global climate initiatives as Trump champions deregulation and fossil fuels? The stakes are higher than ever, and the uncertainty is palpable. Trump's return heralds a renewed focus on protectionism and a potential overhaul of trade systems, resurging trade wars. Trump signals plans to revisit tariffs on Chinese imports, calling out what he describes as unfair trade practices. This escalation could severely disrupt global supply chains and strain economies still recovering from recent recessions. Market volatility. The stock market experiences sharp fluctuations, with investors wary of potential trade disruptions. Wall Street banks warn of possible stagnation in industries reliant on international partnerships. Dollar dominance at risk. With Trump's unpredictable fiscal policies, nations like China and Russia accelerate their efforts to replace the dollar as the global reserve currency. This shift could weaken America's economic leverage globally. The president-elect's stance on America First sends ripples through global diplomacy. NATO in jeopardy. Trump questions NATO's relevance once again, demanding increased contributions from European allies. Nations like Germany and France begin exploring independent defense strategies. Russia and China move boldly. Moscow and Beijing view Trump's rhetoric as an opportunity to solidify their influence in Eastern Europe, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Russia escalates its operations in Ukraine while China doubles down on its claims in the South China Sea. Middle East repercussions. Trump's renewed support for Israel sparks heightened tensions in the region, with fears of escalated violence in Gaza and strained relations with Arab nations. Trump's return marks a dramatic shift in US environmental policy, sparking global concern. Paris Agreement abandoned. Trump confirms that the US will exit the Paris Climate Accord, leaving major powers like the EU and China scrambling to fill the void. Fossil fuels take center stage. Trump reinstates policies favoring oil, gas, and coal, sidelining green energy initiatives. Experts warn that this regression could delay global carbon neutrality efforts by decades. Global climate leadership falters. Without the US driving climate action, smaller nations that rely on international support for sustainability projects are left vulnerable. Trump's win reignites internal divisions in the US, with protests erupting in major cities. Social unrest. Movements opposing Trump's policies gain traction, while his supporters rally in anticipation of a stronger America First agenda. Policy priorities shift. Immigration reform, Supreme Court appointments, and healthcare policies dominate the domestic agenda, sparking fierce partisan battles. As president-elect reverberates across the globe, his intention to dissolve long-standing trade partnerships in favor of bilateral agreements. This move reshapes the global economic order, sidelining institutions like the World Trade Organization and undermining multilateral trade agreements. Simultaneously, Trump's vocal support for withdrawing US troops from Europe leaves NATO scrambling to fill security gaps, creating power vacuums that rival nations are eager to exploit. This pivotal moment sets the tone for his administration, a world where traditional alliances are upended, and the United States becomes a singular force pursuing its own interests above all else. Donald Trump's position as president-elect has already begun reshaping the global landscape. Economically, the threat of trade wars and weakened alliances looms large. Diplomatically, allies are left questioning America's reliability, while adversaries seize the moment to expand their influence. Environmentally, climate progress takes a back seat as fossil fuels regain prominence. The world stands on the precipice of change, facing a future marked by uncertainty, division, and transformation. Trump's presidency may redefine the global order for years to come, leaving nations scrambling to adapt. What do you think the world will look like under Trump's leadership? Will his policies bring the stability he promises or plunge the world into greater chaos? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to explore our other videos for more insights into the shifting tides of global politics.